from a purist standpoint, it depends on the car, right? Now, you don't want to mess around. You don't want to mess around with a gull wing or something like that. But I mean, there's some cars it doesn't matter. Like, like a car like that you could buy for 8, 10, 12 grand, and you can invest some money and make it something special.
Yeah.
It's worth doing.
It's fun.
You wouldn't do that to a Mustang GT that is a 65 that's worth 250. You're not going to mess around with that.
I've over working on cars. I don't do it anymore at all. I don't want to touch cars. Buy them, sell them, flip them as I get them. Make a shot, make a profit, go to the next one. I don't want to touch anything anymore. My business model compared to Robbie deals in a thoroughbred motor car. And there's a certain client for that kind of car. And that's not my clientele. My guys want to just get in a car, have fun, turn the key and go. There's a big difference in the clientele. I have a lot of fun with my clients, and I enjoy what I do. I mean, that's what the difference. These guys, if you talk wrong to one of his guys, he'll walk away and never buy a car from you. Pretty much.
I wouldn't disagree with you.
No, I know.
I mean, it's a different level of
buyer,
of care, of concierge service. There's no doubt that you're right about. I mean, a lot of the clients are people that I do business with over and over again, and they could certainly have the thick skin to withstand an insult that I might give them.
But
however,
the way you speak, though, is perfect for what you do. You are in this different area code that I'm in. I am not. That's not who I deal with. Yeah. I deal with guys that have 20, 30 grand and want to buy a car, so I can flip them a car and double, triple my money.
Yeah.
And do it like that.
I mean, listen, at the end of the day, I used to tell that to people, friends of mine, and just people that just start in the business. Now even young guys that I mentor that, I want to open a dealer, I want to do this, I want to do that, and I want to buy Highline cars. And I'm like, listen, you make the same $3 grand on a 17 Lexus as you do on a 2002 Lexus. I mean, I mean, at the end of the day, it doesn't matter. The money's the same. So to invest, in my case, sometimes you invest hundreds of thousands of dollars. And sometimes you make 5, 6 grand, 8 grand. Not always. Sometimes you make 25 grand. But sometimes you make a small margin. You make that on a $12,000 car.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So sometimes that's
different animal.
Yeah.
And I sell a lot of them.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3 a day. And I'm rolling them out that quick, and I'm getting them in and trading. I trade all the time. I'm a trading machine. And that replenishes your face look, People see a different car there. They don't care. They don't want to know that I traded for it. They want to know it's a different face.
Yeah.
I do that all the time. I'm a trading machine.
You've got to be kind of a magician to do what you do, and I'll tell you why. Me personally, the headache that's involved in transacting something that usually, unfortunately, because of the age and the condition and whatnot, you're just investing so much time and effort and problems and repairs that for me, that the cars I transact,
different animal.
Yeah, they're just pristine. You don't even want to wipe them because you might scratch them. I don't have to worry about problems. I don't have to worry about repairs. I hand them over. They hand me the money.
And that's it. My cars, a lot of guys buy cars to restore, which I never, ever want to do. But they put, I got people that come in. I got this car 5 years ago, a Mustang. I put $70,000 in it, and I'm not done yet.
Yeah.
I said, well, here's the same car you can buy now done for $30,000.
Right.
Why don't you just buy that and enjoy it and get rid of that thing?
Yeah.
It's just, life is too short.
I've made that mistake. I bought a 66 convertible with a 289 3-speed. And
great car.
And I bought it cheap, and you're right. I just, after you dump and dump and dump and dump,
You're not gonna win.
you could have gone out and bought a $35,000, $40,000 real nice car rather than
not tied
waiting
yourself
a
up.
year,
and get aggravated with it.
Oh,
I don't need it.
It's a pain.
Do I like classic American stuff? I do like Rolls and Bentley. That's really what I like. I do mostly American. I'd say 85% of my cars are American. And they turn, and they go, and they go. Did you know Ron Levitt?
Ron
Levitt sells cream puffs?
Yeah, I do know Ron Levitt.
Well,
I've done business with him before. Yeah.
Great guy.
But years.
But I used to watch him buy a car for $90,000 and flip it for $92,000. I'd rather buy a car for 3 and flip it for 8. Just a different ego. I don't understand it.
No doubt. Me, I consider myself pretty patriotic, so I hate to ever say, I don't buy American cars, because I do. I like American cars. I like trucks and stuff like that, Broncos, and but car-wise, classic-wise, without question, like I've got a 72 GTO convertible,
What year?
A 72.
Oh, good. Great car.
GTO. The car's beautiful. It's going through the restoration process. I bought it right, so I'm spending the money. But me personally, the cars that I keep in my garage are European cars. It's without question Italian and German cars. That's what I typically. I'm Italian, so.
What about rice rockets? What about the Japanese stuff?
I like that. I like the turbo. I like the twin turbo Supra. That's a great car. They just came out with a new one. I like the older twin turbos. Again, not my favorite.
Not mine either.
No, not my favorite.
I
They
don't
drive
speak
great.
it. I don't eat it, and I don't know it.
Yeah,
So,
I like the same.
American Iron is what I really like.
I'm with
some
you
European
there.
stuff.
I don't know much about them, and the truth is, they're not really in my wheelhouse from a standpoint of my client
It's not what you do.
doesn't want that. Is not looking for that. Ever.
I would feel the same way about having Ferraris and Lamborghinis in my place. It isn't what I sell.
Right.
I bought a really nice Maserati sedan, beautiful car. I'm sure you know the guy that had it in Fort Lauderdale. But I bought it from him, and gorgeous. I thought I killed it. I sold it like a year later. I lost about 20 grand on the car.
Yeah.
And I was so happy I would just get it out of my
Yeah.
life. It wouldn't work for me.
You were happy for the 20 grand. Yeah,
We
the
get out.
loss.
Yeah.
It's funny because the mistakes that you might make on a car, and that was an anomaly because that's not typically what you do.
No.
But the car that you buy for 8 or 10 grand, or whatever it might be, or 2 grand, right?
Or 20 grand. It doesn't
Right,
matter.
whatever.
Still
You
double,
make a
triple your money.
mistake, and you lose a couple of grand.
That's it.
And Bob's your uncle.
Right.
I buy a car, and I have recently.
Right.
The market shifted. It was here, and I was buying cars for, no exaggeration, $75,000, $80,000, and $90,000 above MSRP. So if the MSRP was $178,000, I was paying
$250.
$250, $260 for cars. Now,
When that bubble breaks, you're in trouble.
that's right. You get stuck with something like that, you could lose 80 grand. It's not 2 grand, it's 80 or 90 grand.
I don't have the stones for that.
Yeah.
I'm not doing it.
So that's typically what I do is, my clientele is ordering specific cars.
I don't buy them unless I'm stealing them. You look at modern cars, which I have no interest in at all, and you look at classic cars, like a 57 Chevy. That's my meat. That's what I like. That's what I like driving. Yeah, they don't drive like a brand new car, but look how cool it is. It's cool. I love that.
You look good with that hat and that shirt driving that type of car. Me, put me in an M4, a 550 horsepower car going down the road. It's just
It's a high for you.
Yeah, it's a high. The air conditioner's better. The car drives comfortably. It's just a whole nother world.
Air conditioning? What's that?
Yeah, and that's the other thing. I don't drive my 308 often because even though the AC works,
We're never any good.
It wasn't great when the car was new.
Right.
So it's not pleasant to drive in the summer.
I just love the feel of an old car. I love the look. I like to be seen in an old car, and I like my Phantoms. That's pretty much it.
I like Phantoms, but I put me in a 458, 488. Put me in a newer Ferrari. It's just a whole nother world. I mean, I like the older Ferraris, but the ride is just so much nicer.
Cars that make me happy: Rolls Royces and Bentleys. I have a 1929 Bugatti at home. That's incredible.
That's a real car.
A real one.
Yeah, that's a real.
It's a
nice
big car. It's a binder edition, big beast of a car. I've had it for many, many years.
Yeah, well, that's
it belongs to my dog. I have a dog that if I try to take that car out, he'll chase me down the road in the middle of traffic to get to me. If I take him for a ride and bring him home, he'll go in the house.
That's funny.
It's his car.
Yeah, that's funny.
And he's old. The car's old. He's old. We have a lot of fun.
I'm definitely partial to again to late model. Look, I drive my daily car is a turbo. It's a 16 turbo. I mean, it's a convertible. I'm a ragtop guy like you.
You like blondes or brunettes?
My wife is a brunette, but and I've been married for 32 years.
I'm a blonde guy. I never did that. I never had that long a sentence. 30,
You're a blonde guy, yeah. So I'm a brunette guy. I guess
that's all right. That's you see, that's it. We're all happy.
Yeah, that's it. That's what makes the world go around.
I think it's time to go. I've had such a good time talking to you.
I've been learning from you behind the scenes for years, believe it or not.
Really? That's funny.
Yeah, your knowledge of the inventory that you carry is unparalleled.
They sell like crazy. It's fun. Oh, yeah, you got to watch my new show. Just came out on Tubi. It's now called Ted Vernon's South Beach Classics, and it's killing it. It's a beautiful show. It's fun. My new wife is on there.
Excellent. I will. Absolutely. Count on it.
I met her in a cemetery.
Why?
Yeah, I did. She makes me bathe in ice water before she sleeps with me. It's a little crazy, but I don't care.
It is what it is. To each their own.